What's going on YouTube? Welcome to WestysAngling. You're joining me and Rob Fuller and we're back at Yeadon Tarn. What happened last time we're here, Rob?
I had the single worst day, not just angling, but of my whole life. The whole contents of my bivvy after 3 hours, decided to lift 10 foot in the air, slam into a park bench, destroy my bivvy I'd had for 2 months, the Fox Frontier X. So the keen-eyed anglers behind you will see they've got a new bivvy. And hopefully that sees me until Angling Direct pull the fingers out the backside and send me a new one.
If you haven't seen that last video, I'll put a link in the top right hand corner for you. Definitely up there with one of my worst days fishing ever. The storm conditions were terrible, but the bailiffs here were nice enough to gift us with another session to come and film a proper fishery review. So that's what we're doing. As you can probably hear from the background, this is a public lake. It's literally right next to Leeds Bradford Airport. So if you hear planes taking off and people walking behind us and all the rest of it, that's why. But I'll put some clips in now of us picking a peg, setting up, the rigs that we're using and stuff like that. Hopefully this is a better session than last time and we actually managed to get a carp on the bank. The bailiff, Jimmy or James, wants me to do a quick interview with him tomorrow morning. So he's going to tell us a bit about Yeadon, a bit about the fishery and a bit about the fish that are in it and where they started and things like that. So without further ado, let's get into the video, folks. Well, I'm just having a nosy around trying to pick a swim. It's absolutely rammed today. There's loads of anglers on the far bank where we fished last time and it's just a little bit quieter on this side. The wind is pushing that way and I've got a feeling that the fish will be following the wind today, with it being quite a mild wind, and it's a mild day as well, so I think it's about 10 degrees at the moment. So they could be anywhere. I've spoke to the guy in a swim that's a couple of pegs down there. He's had 1 fish. And the guy in the swim next to us here, he's had 3. He's a very regular angler. Apparently he absolutely pulls them out. He bags up here all the time, knows the lake like the back of his hand. But I've picked this peg at the moment. I'll wait for Rob to come down and see what he thinks, but I reckon you get 2 bivvies on that and potentially be able to spread your rods out a bit. Maybe have 2 that way, 2 straight out. Who knows? I'm going to be fishing 2 rods during the day and I might put a 3rd one out at night. You can fish 3 rods here. I had a look at this swim, but there's trees overhead and it'll just make it a little bit hard work, and you've got to do a furrow cast here. The wind's not too bad at the moment, definitely nothing like the last time that we came. Not quite as easy to set up as your other one, is it, Rob?
This one's not so much. Saying that, I've still got door tied up, so.
What's the make of this one?
It's a NAS Titan XL.
Looks good.
It's a good bivvy, mate. I got it second hand, everything for 200 quid, so.
Can't argue with that, can you? The old trusty Daiwa turtle. I need to get the overwrap on it because it is going to be windy again tonight and we don't want the same scenario as last time. We've got ourselves some storm pegs as well. These are my storm pegs. They're absolutely massive, but they ain't going anywhere. So I've put normal pegs around the edge of the bivvy and then I'm going to put the storm pegs in the overwrap. So Rob's just setting his rods up and he's still got this on from last time with maggots still on.
I think they've done well. Last weekend, not last Yeadon.
4 weeks ago then. They're like mummified maggots. They've done well to last a week and not start to rot. Checking just to see if you can revive them at water there.
No, I'm just checking. My rig's going to go straight out like that. I'm just going to ping one now.
No, you're not.
What do you mean?
You're not sending that out with 1 week old dead maggots on.
Look, Johnny.
How lucky do you think you are?
Well, you never know, lad. I do feel lucky.
I'm probably going to go more this way with one of my rods and then straight out. I'm only going to fish 2 rods and I'm going to put a 3rd rod out at night, and Rob's going to have one straight out from here, and then probably his others at a bit of an arc going that way towards the middle. I might actually have one of my rods a little bit closer and a little bit further out, just so we're covering all areas, because it's really mild. They might not be in the deeper water, so it's worth testing a couple of places. Right, I'm going to finish getting set up and we'll resume, and I'll show you the rigs and stuff like that. Rob's just having a bit of a pub chuck while we're setting up. Actually wasn't bad. Probably about 25 wraps. A little bit short, yeah. Now then folks, we're pretty much set up. So bivvy's up, both the wraps on, rod pod's set up, got the bait boat set up, deeper's on, so I just need to switch that on. It's all connected to the battery. Rods are together. I'm using my Sonic Vader 12-foot rods and my Penn Affinity LTD reels, so a nice high quality reel. I'm going to be fishing during the day and through the night with these heli rigs with a heli safe setup, and for my hook lengths, which I'll show you in a second, I'm going to be using 15-pound fluorocarbon to a size 6 microbarbed hook. You're allowed to use microbarbed here. In fact, they prefer you to use microbarbed here, so something a little bit different. Obviously you've got less chance of losing the fish, and apparently the hook doesn't swing round as much in the fish's mouth. I believe that's the theory behind it. Sonic SKX bite alarms, and Rob's using his Sonic gizmos.
I literally changed batteries in these last week and this one's dying already.
Oh my god.
Good start.
But yeah, everything's set up, got my table ready, bait buckets here. So in terms of bait, I'm just going to be using a mix of pellet, DNA baits, bug boilies, and I'm going to send them out with a PVA bag on the hook and also with some loose feed in the bait boat. I have got some corn with me as well, so something a little bit more visible than pellets, which will hopefully help bring the carp into the feed, something for them to home in on, a bit of colour. So the lake bed here is quite silty, which is why I'm fishing the heli rigs, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to fish the heli rigs fairly tight. So what that means is I'm going to have the safety stop all the way down near the lead there. So it's just going to have a little bit of play, should get quick bite indication. I'm sorry about the ducks and swans. Obviously this is a tarn, a bit of a mere, and it is a public lake. Rob's having trouble with his bite alarms. So that's how I'm going to fish them. I'm going to fish them really tight in. I'm not going to have much give in that. So I'm going to bring this one down all the way to the bottom here like the other one. Then I'm going to have fluorocarbon hook lengths. Like I said, I've tied up a couple of fluorocarbon and I've tied up a couple of 15-pound coated braid there with a section of braid on the end that's stripped just to give it a little bit more movement, and also put some shrink tubing and kickers round the shank of the hook just to help turn the hook in the carp's mouth. Nice and simple. Obviously guys, there's more professional videos out there on rig setup, and I've even got rig making videos on the channel, so I will put a link to one of them in the top right hand corner so you can have a nosy if you're a beginner. Obviously for the advanced out there, you're probably just watching this video to see how the tarn's fishing, which is fine. I'm going to give you some information on the tarn. I did give quite a lot of information the last time we came, so like I've said to you, if you haven't watched that video, it's probably a good idea to watch that video first. So I will put a link to that video in the top right hand corner, and also I'll put a link in the description as well so you can have a nosy at that one first. It was a very dramatic trip, wasn't it, last time, Rob?
Probably the worst day of my life.
It was very, very, very traumatic for both of us, to be honest. I think packing up in them conditions was just absolutely horrendous, but everything's here. I come out pretty much unscathed from it, to be honest. Yeah, so you're going to hear noises in the background, you're going to hear people walking past. That is just the nature of the place that we're fishing, isn't it, mate?
That's it, yeah. Public lakes,
so
you're going to get dogs sniffing around you, pissing on your bivvy. I can already smell dog poo, so I'll probably put my bivvy on some, so I'm not happy about that. So it's a good start already.
Oh, I'll tell you what, folks, we never had much luck, and the wind is meant to pick up again tonight.
Oh,
but we're a bit more sheltered here. We're right next to some trees. Rob's bivvy's blocking mine, thank God. So, so I feel a little bit safer. Right, okay, so I'm going to put the rigs on. I'll show you the finished article. I've not fully decided what baits I'm going to be using on the hook, but I'm sure I'll figure that out in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Once I've got them on, once I've got the bait on, I'll show you the setup. Then I'm going to get them out in the bait boat. I've got the old black pearl with me. So we're going to send her out. I'm going to have one pretty much straight out on a kind of diagonal that way, and one straight out in front of me. One a bit further, one a bit closer. So we're right at the start of February now. It's been a really tough year's fishing. Absolutely loads of rain. We've had frost, we've had snow, we've had all sorts over the last few weeks. And I think I've just seen a fish top a little bit closer in. 10-15 wraps out, not far.
Yeah, I got a tip saying fish 15 wraps out, and he were getting double takes. A mate from back in Scarborough, he was fishing it mid-December last year. Yeah. And he found a spot, gravel patch, 15 wraps out, and he was getting double takes on it, and just on imitation corn. So
you know how it is, guys. Can't move about. They're not always going to be in the deep water. This is the baits I've got with me. Boilies. I've got some CC Moore Pacific tuna, 15mm. I've got some dust, some DNA baits, dried insect meal there, and I've got loads of little PVA bags tied up. Not very neat. I rushed them. But at least I can send some out there. So I've got a mix here of all kinds of different stuff. I've got some pellets, DNA baits, krill. I've got some CC Moore's Pacific tuna pellets. I've got DNA baits bug boilies in there, nice soft boilies. I think I've got some krill pellets in there as well. So a proper shit mix of stuff there, but all high quality baits. And as you can see, I've got some very precariously tied up PVA mesh bags there. They'll be fine. They'll just break down on the bottom. I'll hook them through it, but I'm just dropping them in the bait boat. I'm not going to be casting them, so they don't need to be really neat. I'm not very anal like that. And I might just glug them a bit with some krill glug. Okay folks, so you probably can't see this on the GoPro, but the first rig going out there is going to be a Fox medium curve hook, size 6, micro barbed, and I've just got about a 6-inch hook length there, and there's a little bit of a kicker there, maggot kicker on the shank of the hook, just to help this hook turn. It's going to turn pretty much every time like that. It's going to spin round and catch, because obviously the stiffness of the fluorocarbon is really going to help that rig. And I'm just going to use a little piece of pop-up corn and one of these CC Moore's 15mm boilies. So I'm going to get that rigged up with the bait floss. So I'm just going to rig this on my CC Moore's boilie and the fake corn. That's just got a little micro swivel, and the bait's gone into that. Then I'm going to blob the end. And there we go folks, that's the first one ready to go out. As you can see, spins on the little micro swivel, and I've just got a loop in the end there, which is going to go over that quick change swivel that's already on the heli-safe setup. I'm just going to put that little bit of rig tubing over that, and there you go. That's the rig. As you can see, the hook length's not got much movement there before the carp's nailed. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of this pineapple goo around the fake corn as well. And that'll really give it a boost. On the second rod, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm just going to use one of these sticky baits, pineapple wafters, and again I'm just going to put a little bit of pineapple glug on as well. I've had a lot of success on these wafters, especially on commercials, and I believe that yellow's a really good bait here, probably because it's quite a clear water. I find that yellows do well on clear waters, and pink tends to do quite well on waters that are a little bit more murky. So again, same thing, loop at the end of the rig with the quick change swivel on the quarter heli safe. Pull my rig tubing down and that's ready to go. Very simple rig. I'm not going to overcomplicate it, there's no point. I could cast that out as a single hook bait and I'd still be pretty confident, but I am going to put some bait around them. I might put a little bit of liquid corn booster in as well over the top of the baits. Right folks, let's get this first rod out. Just going to lay my rod down there for now. I am going to connect to the deeper as well. Just going to get the wire out the way from the deeper, because it does have a habit of getting tangled up around that. I'm going to get the deeper app open on my phone and connect to the deeper's Wi-Fi. Right, so I'm connected to the deeper's Wi-Fi there. Find myself a decent sized PVA mesh bag. Double hook the PVA bag there around the hook. Put some corn booster on it. This is PVA safe. This is Hinders Baits corn booster. Handful of pellets. Handful of corn. Still a bit frozen, this lad. And then I'm going to send it out. Right, so bail arms off, boat's going, get the deeper open, it's just connecting. Right, we are up and running. So I want to be sending this out to the left, so I'm just lining it up with the guy's bivvy on the far bank there. Very hard to keep it in a straight line with the wind, but I'm going to try my best, otherwise it'll get wrapped up around the deeper arm. Great little boats these, but really tough conditions for them this. So it seems to be about 1.5 meters deep pretty consistently all the way down to the middle, and then it maybe drops, I don't know, 1/2 foot just as you get to the middle point. I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to send this bait boat out without it dying, because it's been a struggle to get it back in. Rob's bait boat's gone a bit funny. It doesn't seem to be connecting the controller. Yeah, it's switching on and everything, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm actually going to take my deeper off for the next run out, because I think it was just pulling it round too much. So I'll get rid of that. It is quite breezy out there. There's a big strong gust, so I'm just going to open this bail arm. So that's free to go out. Boatman's on. The old black pearl, let's get her out. Try not to fall in. This one I'm going to have in line with the steps on the far bank. Couldn't see any fish on the deeper. I don't really use it for that. I don't use it for finding the fish really. I more use it for checking depths. I'm going to get this out, about 20 wraps, and that's us. We're set up there. The third rod I'm just going to cast out later, and I'm just going to use a single hook bait. I'll decide what hook bait a bit later on. Maybe a chod rig or something like that. Right folks, that is the second rod dropped. We're fishing. Can chill out a bit now. So I'm just going to get my rod tip under the water. Tighten my clutch a bit. Just tighten up to that lead. I'm not going to back lead. I don't think it's going to be that windy today. Rob's going to go black bin, probably have a line towards the green bin, and then straight out from where I was fishing last time there, I think. You ready, pal? Careful, mate. Okie doke, folks, so we're going to get Rob's rigs out and then we will resume. I know a lot of you wanted to know who won the chess last time, so we're going to get a chess game going. We're going to get a couple of bevies and enjoy ourselves, and hopefully get a couple of fish on the bank for you. I think these goals are going to take it away. If anybody finds the black pearl on Scarborough Beach, you know why. God, they won't leave it alone. Must be quite a bit of bait left in. Oh, them maggots, they want them maggots, don't they? So Rob's just had a little bit of a drop back on his right hand rod there, the one that's fishing over towards the bin. 25 wraps out, and that's got a PVA bag on.
It's got a PVA bag on, yeah. I took some loose bait around it as well, what we're working with.
Yeah. Solid bag.
Solid bag, double pink. I'm pulling your tricks out.
Honestly, folks, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I just can't speak at all. We've had to do the intro about 3 times. Tell you what, just can't speak, can I?
There's a lot of crayfish in here.
Yeah, they're
not so active at this time of year, but
obviously they are though, because of last time.
Yeah, well, true. I've got a double limitation corn on that one in the PVA bag, so
yeah.
If a cray does get it, it's not going through it, so it should be.
So potentially, maybe a cray could cause that kind of.
Well, I've got it quite, because we're fishing quite tight and long. I've gone quite tight lines, so it could have been one of bloody geese or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Pinging it.
To be fair though, I didn't see anything. I looked up and I didn't see any ducks right, so.
It might have been just a little liner off the fishing.
And I think it's meant to be a little bit less windy tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, the wind drops right off tomorrow. I think it's like 20 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
So it's like half what today is.
Tonight's meant to be about 45, 50 kilometres an hour. So a fair old gust.
65.
Yeah, a fair old gust, but
40 mile an hour.
It is what it is. Got to be in it to win it. They have been coming out. I've seen it on Facebook this week. I follow the Yeadon Tarn fishing page on Facebook, and there's some good fish been coming out, and they're all nice fish, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're all like nice, some good scale patterns on them, some good stockies and all the rest of it. They go up towards mid-20s, but I'm sure that the bailiff tomorrow will tell you a little bit more about that if he comes around for a chat with us. Plenty of pegs, big spacious pegs, aren't there?
They are. Well, we've got 2 bivvies on this one. We're a bit packed in today.
Yeah.
We were going to go on the one next to it, peg 6, but it's just overgrown. It's unfishable. There with the trees above it. So we thought we'd just double up here. And
there's enough room. There's enough room, and we can have a social, we can have a drink, and play a game of chess later. And we'll see who's chess champion. Have you got a trophy today?
I've got a trophy. Yeah.
Me and Rob have got a little bet on. 20 quid for the person that catches the most fish, or a fish, if any. What's the trophy? Let's see it, Rob. You got it?
You ready?
Yeah.
Well, it's not so much a trophy, it's more of a booby prize.
What is it?
It's a wooden spoon, which says
Blanca.
So you won't get the innuendos with that, and everyone knows what a wooden spoon is. It means you've come dead last and you're crap.
So there you go, that's the booby prize. We've got a 20 quid bet on, so the winner gets 20 quid and the loser gets a spoon. So we'll see what happens. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage at the minute. I know with my 2 rods now. It doesn't always work out like that though, does it? So that's yours anyway, pal.
Yeah, we'll keep that there.
You'll need that.
Yeah.
Rob's going to give us a bit of an MTV Cribs look around his bivvy. His Nash Titan.
It's the XL,
come on, show us.
So quite high.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it does look high. It's probably a good 6 to 12 inch higher than mine. It's got more of a rounded top.
Come and join me. I'll look around. So here we go. I'll just put the light on so you might get a little bit more
There we go.
vision. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. There we go. So it's got a built-in vapor peak. You can take it out, so it's a bit higher as well.
On the inside?
On the inside, yeah, so the vapor peak doesn't blow you away and destroy your bivvy. But yeah, and there's plenty of room. I can see straight out. I'm sat up. I've got like another foot above my head. It's like a 1+ bivvy as well, plenty of room at front and back.
It's got an over wrap with it as well. I like the over wraps because you get another like 2-3 foot, don't you, around the outsides?
Yeah, more
and you can store like your bait boat, whatever you don't want to get wet. I like putting down there, but plenty of space in there. He's got bags on this side, bags on that side. This is quite a big bed as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wide boy, Nash Indulgence, and it's heavy and wide, and I've still got over 2 foot of room at the back. It's nice and flat at the back as well, so it pushes right up. I'm not touching. I've got my rods and stuff back there, my rod bag, so there's plenty of room in it. And I'm well impressed with it. I picked it up for 200 quid off a mate with overwrap, ground sheet, and lot was in it. Like
you really can't argue with that. So, I think I got mine a long time ago. They won't make it anymore, and I'm not even sure of the specs, to be quite honest with you, but it's just a Daiwa bivvy with a Daiwa overwrap. Got it on eBay. I think it was about 160 quid. Small bivvy, but big enough. It's probably similar size, isn't it, really? But mine's maybe wider,
yeah,
longer.
A little bit further back, I think.
Yeah. I don't go night fishing enough to get a really expensive bivvy. And no wrong with this either. My little turtle, my little Daiwa turtle. It withstood that storm, didn't it? It's just because of the overwrap. It just makes it like it's proper windproof, sealed, aerodynamic. Yeah.
And this overwrap,
like a big crash helmet, it is.
I packed it up at Cudmore and it is thick.
Yeah, it is.
There's not getting through that. It'll be warm.
Nope. So Rob's got his very own WestysAngling towel in dry bag. Look at that, eh?
Today. Let's just have a look at it.
You're going to sell it to us?
Comes in a nice little
dry bag.
Dry bag.
Stop your missus having a go at you about your stinky wet fishing towels.
Yeah, that's good quality, is that?
Yeah, of course they are. Proper absorbent.
Feels nice.
This is turned creepy.
It's about 6 inches long.
Yeah.
Feels good. Absorbent. Fold it nicely back up and it'll go in its little dry bag. Perfect.
There you go. So I'll be giving one of those away in this video to somebody. Not that one. Not that's had Rob's slime all over it. But so all you need to do to be with a chance of winning a WestysAngling towel is make sure you've commented on the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with an angling friend. If you want to, you can follow me on the WestysAngling Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. I'm down with the kids now, so there you go.
If you do want this one though, it could be auction.
We'll put this through auction, and we'll see what it goes to.
Check my OnlyFans page.
Only fins. Oh dear. Right folks, brew time I think. Got the old chest for later. Doing all this with one hand as well.
A bit colder now, isn't it? It's meant to be like.
You know the temperature's dropping when the WestysAngling cap's coming off and the beanie's going on. Look at that, eh? Can't get it up.
Have you got 2 types of coffee in there?
Yeah.
Oh, you weirdo. Why would you do that?
Because I keep refilling it because it's the right size for fishing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but now you get a good taste of coffee. Nescafe sucks. Wow, look at this dog behind you. Big St. Bernard. Look at the size of that bugger.
Well, it's getting a little bit dusky now. Time check, Rob. What time are we on now? Better be about
4. I think getting 4.
Yep, 4 o'clock exactly. Right, folks. Third rod going out. Get some corn syrup in there. A bit of the old pineapple on the hook bait. Right, well he's on the light now, so I'm going to put the old Timu head torch on. About 3 quid. Absolutely mint though, best head torch I've got. Gives you like a halo. Wait a minute, let me turn it on, if I can figure out how to turn it on. Look at that, eh? And it's got a front facing torch as well. LED strip light.
You look like that Geordie off Star Trek.
Yeah.
Door for the Ford.
It would do if I put it around here.
Yeah. Or Cyclops.
Well, we're losing the light, so it's about time we got some food on. I think we'll have a bit of a cook up. So I've got lamb burgers, Rob, or I've got pizza toasties. What do you fancy?
Ooh, what have you got in the pizza toast? Is it the cheese?
I've got some sauce, I've got some cheese, and I've got some pepperoni and stuff like that.
Let's go with that. Yeah, love that.
Pizza toasties it is. Let's get some cooking on. So I'm going to be using the old NGT flippable pan. They're absolutely great them. If you don't have one of them, obviously there's a few different manufacturers that do them, but get yourself one of them. Really compact and they'll cook absolutely everything. And you can just spin it on your stove. Now then, got some tomato and herb base. Good old Gouda. Chorizo, pepperoni, and the old salami.
German salami. 2 times.
Let's make ourselves a pizza toasty.
That's a different boat, isn't it? That looks quite far out there.
Is it the guy in the middle?
Yeah. I think so.
This is gonna be mint. And then the old Gouda.
Oh, I bet that's going to be Gouda.
it was funny the first time you said it.
Yeah, but that one on camera, wasn't it?
That's going to be Gouda. I've just crushed it all into the sides of the pan there. Just about fits too. And I think this is the XL size pan. I don't know. I don't sell them. There we go. It just about fits in. The 2 slices side by side. This is going to be good, mate. This is going to be good.
Starving. Warmed up.
Oh my god. Turn that down a bit. It's burning. It's not done quite. It's ready. Yeah, they're neat, them. Looking alright. They're not too bad. Well, folks, I think I'm going to call them done. Nice and crispy. Cheese is all melty. What more do you want? A little bit burnt.
Some people would
One
call
side's
them jar grilled.
One side's better than the other. But they're not too bad then.
It's better than our lass's cooking, so I can't win.
Mate, you're in the doghouse. She watches these videos.
I'll make her watch it.
They're actually really good. Can't even taste the burn. Look at all these gulls swarming here.
I've never done toasty in my pan actually. I don't know why, they're awesome. I just do burgers and stuff.
I feel like they're better because they keep the pan clean as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously the bread stops all the grease on it.
I've done a steak before with rosemary and thyme and basted it proper good. That was awesome.
I did like some when I went with my dad. We had some marinated chicken in a bag, garlic chicken. Oh my god, that was so good.
Well, we made Malton, didn't we? We had that right with chorizo and chicken.
Did that do the
was
same
really
thing?
good, yeah.
Yeah, that chorizo with chicken, that wasn't good. It was for the catfish and chorizo though, but oh, that's definitely hit the spot for a few hours, and I'll get some lamb burgers on, I think. We've had a couple of single bleeps, but nothing exciting. Not yet anyway, so fingers crossed. We're coming up to bite time. It's obviously going a bit dusky now. Making my own words up again.
Dusky is a word.
Is it?
Yeah, dusky.
Oh,
no,
right.
yeah. Dusk, yeah, dusky. No.
We've got 3 rods out. There's a lot of angling pressure today. There is 4 anglers on the opposite bank, all with 3 rods out each, and there's 5 anglers on this bank, all with 3 rods out each. So, a right load of angling pressure, but I'm still feeling lucky. Well, like I said, the wind's changed to push towards us now, isn't it? So yeah. it could bring them down our way. Just a quick tip as well: if you're going out, if you're doing this kind of camping, night fishing, get yourself some baby wipes.
In case you find yourself in a sticky spot.
And just clean all your stuff up with the baby wipes. Just makes everything easier. Obviously stick it all in a bin bag. And you're right after that. Only takes a bit of a once over with a baby wipe if you're not fussy. And you're good to go. Clean. It's right here on this stone. You won't be able to see it, but when I turn this on, you will. Look at that thing.
Bit of camel out.
Oh, it's coming.
That's why I need a bivvy dog.
That wasn't bothered, was it? So I've bought myself an anchor charging station, obviously for the GoPro batteries and stuff like that with me filming. And it's got a light on it as well. See how bright that is. Oh. But we're on SOS mode at the minute there. There we go. That's not too bad. Let's turn this one off.
It's not bad that, yeah. It's just steady.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... I mean, if you had it next to whatever you were doing, it'd be alright.
Yeah, but it's just like when you just sat around here, it looks good. Like, it's enough light for us to just chill in.
Yeah, I mean, if you had it up here on a proper level, it'd be fine, that. Obviously, we're having a couple of cans, chilling out.
Gosh, cheers.
Cheers, matey.
Fingers crossed, tight lines and all that.
I was saying to Rob that this hobby is just like one big learning curve. It's like you learn stuff, you live and you learn. Obviously, we've brought more heavy duty gear today, with it being an absolutely mega windy spot. So we've brought heavy duty pegs and all the rest of it. You just learn every time that you come doing this kind of thing what you're going to need, and planning for every eventuality. Like, I always bring like strong painkillers now, just in case you get any kind of headaches or anything like that. You know, you've got to be prepared. Spare boxes, anything. Like
loads of warm socks.
Yeah, socks are a big thing. Keep your feet warm. And like different thicknesses of socks. Like, I've been, even in summer, single bleep on Rob's there, I've been even in summer and my feet have been so cold that I felt like I was going to get frostbite, like no joke. So I often double up with socks. Yeah. Always bring more than you think you're going to need. Even if you keep it in the car and you don't bring it down to your peg, whatever, just have it with you. Have a first aid kit, have
hot water
bottle, whatever's going to keep you warm. Proper sleep system, you know, especially at this time of year, you need a lot more than you do in summer. Single bleeps galore tonight.
Right.
Keep getting singles. Put the WestysAngling towel down, not for advertising, for grip.
The cards, don't want to blown away.
Exactly.
You can do like a run, so it'd have to be 5, 6, 7 or 5, 6, 7, 8 of the same suit, and then for 3 jacks or whatever.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You've got 8 there, yeah?
That's it. It's all right.
Hey up, wind's picking up now, folks. Not good.
First game in the bag.
Well,
6s full of 7s.
there's a spoon.
1-0.
Well, looks like I'm the blanker on the first game.
At the minute. If we don't catch out as well, we'll use it on the game of cards.
This is getting intense now.
No, we're getting there, right, lad?
Here we are, guys, in the middle of chess. Are you in, pal?
Yeah.
Cool. Good. You kidding? I think it's swimming towards you, is it not?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got there we go.
It's towards the middle of the lake. It's running right, yeah. Oh. I don't know whether it's got your other line.
Nice one.
Good.
Common.
Take it easy, mate. Take it easy.
Got me a line here.
Yeah, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Let's get the fish first of all. Right, that's in the net. So slacking that off, yeah.
Oh, she's a good one.
That's a nice fish, that.
Oh, yeah, unhook it for me, and then we'll sort lines out. I think the lines will probably be alright, won't they?
That's one of them yellow ones, mate.
Yeah, that's a double corn, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. You got it. Lovely.
Yeah, it was a good take, because you had like 4 or 5 successive bleeps and then you just lifted into it, but I knew that was the rod that was going to go. That was his far right rod that was over towards the bin. Yeah, it looks like a lovely old common. Get in, lad.
It's been a long time.
Right, let's get her in the net, shall we? Let's get her in the hooking mat and have a look at her. I'm just going to wet the weight sling. We're just going to weigh the sling so it's right.
They can press 0 on it, but it's got some on. Now 0 it from that.
There she is. Oh, she's a 20.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, definitely is. This could be a PB, she looks thick. You just feel something. I've got some bit of water as well. So I'm going to slide her out the net. Mate, that's a big
23, I'm going with that.
I reckon it could be 25. I think this is a PB.
Let's have a look. I'm going to go 23.
I'll go 25 and a half. You got some water? Yeah.
I think 23 though. I don't think she's as big as you think.
I think she's bigger. Oof, chunk. She's a beauty. Hold on. Just settle a bit, hold on. Yeah. Come on now.
Oh mate, it's just shy of a 20.
Just shy?
Yeah, 19.6.
No way, it looks fat.
I know. Oh, well,
it's she's not that long, is she? But she's fat.
Just reset them. Try again.
I
thought that was going 20, mate.
She's a belter.
Nice fish though, really nice fish.
Absolutely buzzing,
mate.
First
well
one for
done.
a while. Thank you, Yeadon
epic.
Tarn.
Yeadon Tarn.
Delivering the goods.
With the commons.
Let's get her back.
There she goes.
What a tank.
What a beast.
Buzzing, mate, well done.
Just shy of 20, well done, mate.
Yeah, mate, I thought that was mid-20s. She looks so fat and shoulders are wide.
It's a big common.
Lovely.
It just makes you realise though, all these people claiming £20 fish and they're like the miles off, aren't they? Yeah. Hey, oh, well done, mate. Well, for everybody wondering what happens to the chest, it's gone. Absolutely destroyed in the take. And when you're covered in fish line, there's only one thing to do. Get your WestysAngling towel out.
Nice little slow take. I thought it must have been swimming towards me. I thought, and I've lost it. There's no on, and then real quick, and I got in contact. And then
yeah, it took you ages to get into contact with it, but
she's coming right nice. Yeah. So.
Obviously, microbarb. So
buzzing. Yeah.
There you go. Cracking.
Great towels and all. Get yourself one ordered.
If you're wondering what Rob got the bite on, then it was the solid PVA bag with double imitation corn. So there you go. The PVA bags, the solid PVA bags anyway, for the win. Always. Well, it's coming up to about 9 o'clock. Rob's had his first fish, absolutely epic, on the solid PVA bags. We're going to get the old lamb burgers on. Got some fresh bread buns there. It just shows you that you know what works, why change tactics. Do you know what I mean?
I've got so much confidence.
Both of us have had nice fish on
Yeah.
Solid bags.
Slip D rig, size 6 wide gape X microbarbed from Corda.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can go like 4-inch hook length. Like, I've just got so much confidence in them. I've had like all my fish on them pretty much on like specimen venues.
In my opinion, you can't get better than Carp Tactics, because when you think about it, it's just like the method feeder. You've got a little perfect parcel of bait and your hook bait concealed within that parcel of bait. They don't think about it, they come in, they slurp all that stuff up and bang, they're nailed.
Yeah.
Short hook length.
Heavy lead.
Heavy lead. Just like a method feeder.
Well, yeah,
and,
it's just beefed up, isn't it?
It's just a beefed up way of fishing a method feeder, it is, you're right.
We've gone a bit differently, but we put it out in the boat today and put quite a lot of bait around it as well. So solid bags with bait around it. It could be a winner, but it depends what time of year it is and everything. Like, we knew fish had come out and we put one out there, and I put the bag with maybe like a couple of handfuls, maybe a couple of spawns of bait around it with it, and I've got one, so now I've doubled it again, and hopefully we'll get more fish on the same one because we know they're in the area.
Yeah.
Back to it.
He's gone back out pretty much on the same spot, so hopefully his right hand rod goes off again at some point. It's still fairly early, like I said, it's about 9 o'clock, and we're going to get our lamb burgers on bright and late, partly because of the fish and partly because we've been playing cards and chess and that, and the game we still haven't finished, but this time
I was actually going to win this time.
I don't know.
Last time we could have
I had you right where I wanted you. But we got interrupted by something a little bit better than last time, so
I'll take that.
Right, let's get some food on. I don't know why I didn't bring it up. Rob's just had 2 single bleeps on the same rod.
Little drop back, yeah.
I'm still waiting on the lamb burgers. Oh, 3.
It's not moving, like, it's just little. Someone might be snapping.
Someone might be playing with it. It could be a cray, that, but. Oops.
No.
When? What time is it?
I think it's like 19th.
My birthday on it.
Lidl's best soft rolls bit yesterday. Westy's best lamb burgers. Let's go. Cheers, guys.
Oh.
It's delightful. You do treat me well, you. Give me best peg all the time, don't you?
Yeah, best bag.
Feed me well.
Best bag, feed you. Yeah.
Right, it's good, that. Really good. Got a little bit of heat running through it as well. Sound like I'm on MasterChef. Can you tell me I'm watching it? Come on, mate. Westy's just had 3 single bleeps in a row. I've told him to hit it. He's not done so. The bobbin didn't move much, but bleep, bleep, bleep says to me there might have been a fish on. What do you reckon, buddy?
He goes again, I'm hitting into it.
Westy is in. It is about 1:30 or something. He's just had a bit of a screamer. A couple of little liners before. Nice and steady, bud. A couple of little liners, and then it's screamed off. I seen him twitching his light, and then he's fired straight into it.
Proper screamer, that way.
It was, mate. How's it feel? Got a good battle curve in it. The line looks like it's gone right, like over mine at the minute. I can't see it all. It looks alright.
Try and get it down the middle. If you want to track it down, get it down the middle.
It's a nice mirror, that. Jump into it, camera.
Just put it down. Yeah.
Hold on, come here. There we go.
Oh, come on, Simon.
A little bit towards it.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Well done, mate.
It's not bad, that.
No, it's not. It's a little bit smaller than yours, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Did well to get it over the other line, to be fair.
Yeah. Well done, bud.
There you go. That's the rig that's done the biz there. Little pineapple wafter, done well on them. I think that's been crayfished. Look at that lump.
Look at me. I think it's about 17.
Yeah, 17. Lovely fish, guys. Not as big as I thought, but still an absolutely bonny fish. Let's have one more look at her and I'll get a bite. Beast. Cracker. Let's get her back. She goes. Go on, girl, that way. Epic. Right, so got another pineapple wafter. I'm going to send it back out. I'm not going to bother with a bait boat this time. I'm just going to put a PVA mesh bag on, and I'm not going to put it, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out as far, but at least it'll be fishing. And I've got two other rods that are near enough on that spot anyway.
We were getting told all around us there were like late tea time bites.
Yeah, or daytime bites.
Or daytime. So I've had one at 8:30 in dark. Westy's just had one. It's touching 2 o'clock now, so all bets are off. Let's hope for some more for tonight. Yeah.
Those rods have been in, just for reference, those rods have been in, well, since the set up. So, how many hours is that?
Maybe like 2 in the afternoon, so
Quite a few.
10, 12 hours. Well done, mate. Good work. Bosh.
Well folks, 7 in the morning, second day. Horrendous night, wasn't it, mate?
Didn't sleep at all. Terrible.
Not a wink. It was so rough. A lot like last time with the wind just howling and hammering the back of the bivvies. Really tough.
It's not so much that you can't, it's smashing your bivvy. It's like you can hear it.
It's a bit scary as well, because when it really starts to pick up, you're thinking, oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, just didn't manage to get any sleep whatsoever. I am absolutely shattered.
But we had a fish each.
Yeah.
That's good. Good about that.
So my bite came at about 1 o'clock in the morning, so blows the daytime bites here out the water, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's still worth night fishing here. But yeah, rough, could do with a coffee. So as you probably saw from the video, my bite came from the middle rod, which was in line with that fella's bivvy over there on the far bank. So I kind of managed to get the rig back out, and then I did get a couple of liners through the night. Your rods were fairly quiet, mate.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear any bleeps off them.
I didn't have any. Not all for tonight.
Do you think it's worth resetting them or leaving them? Right folks, I'm actually going to reset my rigs, I think. I'm going to get it done. Otherwise I won't do it. So this just shows you that the crayfish are active through the winter. Look at that, it's been absolutely mauled.
Not fishing, and maggots have gone as well, obviously.
Yeah, maybe the maggots have brought the crays in.
Yeah.
And then they've had to go at the pop-up. I'm just resetting mine. I got the bite on pineapple, so I think I'd be stupid not to put a couple of pineapple out. Alright folks, I think it's time to get a coffee on, don't you? Well, at least we've saved the blank, matey. A couple of nice winter carp there.
Yeah, good to have a bending rod. Test my new reels out. I'm up with that. I can take that, having no sleep for that.
Okay folks, so me and Rob have been formulating a little bit of a plan for today. We're planning on only doing 36 hours rather than the 48. The reason being that there's strong winds and heavy rain coming in through the night tonight, and it's going to be the exact same as last time. It's like a proper weather trap, this fishery, and when it really picks up, it picks up. So we need to bear that in mind, and the last thing that we want to be doing is packing up in the rain tomorrow morning.
And horrific wind.
Yeah.
And with no sleep for 2 days.
Yeah, so it's just there's accidents waiting to happen there, and we've managed to nick a couple of fish, which is absolutely brilliant. We've both got one. Rob's was slightly bigger than mine. I still haven't earned the blanker spoon, but
we still might nick another one, yeah, today.
Yeah, we might nick another one, so there's still time for a winner or loser. So we're thinking maybe packing up around 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish. We'll probably get some tea down us, have a bit of a cook up, and then get packed up and shoot off. But it's been a good session, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Last night was a bit rough, not gonna lie, but that's the thing when you come in winter fishing. That's the kind of stuff that you've got to prepare for, isn't it?
Howling winds and gales, and then the airport and stuff. Like, I do like fishing here, and there's some banging fish in it, but I also like sleep. I'm 37 now. I need a bit of kick.
If you want a quiet fishery, this is not the place to come to, definitely. We're still waiting for the bailiff to come round and give us a bit of a chat on the fishery. Look at this. That's a red kite, I think. It is indeed. I'm going to have 2 rods out. I'm going to leave them for the rest of the day. I'm not going to move on. I'm not going to fish method feeder like I was going to, because they're set right. I'm happy with them. There's bait around them, and Rob's got all 3 of his rods out on the spot. So I'm confident for a daytime bite, you know.
I am, yeah. I've changed the chod rig over. When I pulled it in, it were hammered bite craze.
Yeah,
so
it was.
I've put a PVA bag on that with a imitation sweet corn, same as I got my bite on last night. So I've got 2 on the same method, and then I've got a fluoro D rig out as well on a bed of bait. So
I put both of my rigs out on the sticky baits, pineapple wafters, because that's what I got the bite on last night. So
yeah.
And they obviously like yellow baits here, sweet corn, pineapple baits. So if you come in here, make sure that you bring that in your arsenal. Solid PVA bags will work well here, it seems. And also I've got a heli rig which did the biz.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's what I've just put out. Just a little...
Oh, that was yours. What we dropped back. So Jimmy is one of the bailiffs here at the Tarn. He's been nice enough to come round, and he's going to tell us some stuff about the fishery. So obviously you've recommended to us, and the other bailiffs on the lake have recommended to us during this time of year to fish 25 wraps out-ish towards the middle. that seems to get you your best chance of getting a winter bite. But they'll move around. They can't be like that, aren't they? So you're not always guaranteed to be there. So if you can't get on these swims, don't worry about it. You're still in with a chance. So in terms of facilities, I know that you provide bait on site, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a shed over there. You can get bait at any time because all you got to do is message Paige.
Yeah.
You can pay online or pay when we rock up.
Yeah.
We'll give you a code and you can go into the locker, take padlock off, help yourself to a bag of pellet or maize.
Right.
Which is it's what we feed them as a feeding program.
Yep.
We've got carp care kits, back leads and other bits and pieces that you can access, but we sell all that on site. We don't do boilie because we're not into shelf life and stuff, and we've nowhere to store freezer.
No, that's fair enough. So yeah, loads of bait stocked on site, and it's what they feed the carp. So I recommend that you're doing that. You don't mind people paying on the bank, do you?
No, not at all. We don't mind it at all, no.
So you can pay on the bank, you can book online. We booked online, dead straightforward, through the booking website on the Facebook page. If you aren't already following Yeadon Tarn on the Facebook page, make sure you head over to their Facebook page. I'll put a link in the description for you for that, so you can have a nosy at some of the fish coming out. There's pictures being posted every single day on there, and I'll send Jimmy some pictures later from our session. He can stick them on. How long have you been bailiffing on the Tarn?
I run it. I run it with Steve.
Right, okay.
So me and him took over in 2019.
Right. So have you got like a lease on it?
Yeah. We lease it from the council. Yeah. So
awesome.
So the story sort of is, it was run by WestysAngling Club for many years.
Right.
But they were running it into ground, and doing stuff that wasn't really good. They de-stocked it to start with, and then they handed it over to another guy that just run it even further into the ground.
I mean, I must say, it's well maintained, isn't it?
It's brilliant, yeah.
You know, especially for a park lake and stuff like that, it's really well maintained. There's access to most of the pegs and all the rest of it. Pegs are well labelled, and
everywhere.
You're all very helpful. Like, there's not many places where the bailiffs will tell you exactly where to fish,
No.
because they don't want everybody going in the same swims.
We don't operate like that.
But you want people to come and you want people to catch. That's the main thing.
That's our goal. Like I said, we took it over in 2019. The first thing we did was lower the prices from what it was.
What were they? 25 quid a night.
Yeah, they were charging 12 quid per rod per day. It was mental, and like, you know, they de-stocked it for whatever reason. It was just crazy what they'd done. So the first thing we did, me and Steve, we found out how many fish they took out, ordered that many fish plus a load more, and the first thing we did was throw 153 fish in the day that we took over.
Have you got plans to put any more fish in? Or
We've put 465 fish in since we've had it since 2019. We reckon there's 700 fish in here.
You're ploughing the money back into
everything goes back in. That's what we've done for the past 5 years.
There's nothing wrong with
we've bought hundreds of fish.
Yeah.
I mean, Simo's a really good mate of mine. Yeah. And we've bought loads of fish from Simo, and we'll continue to do so. And that's all we've done really. We took it over. It were a bit of a punt really, you know. It might not work, it might work. I mean, I've got my own business, and I were putting a lot of money into this with Steve. And, you know, it's always a bit of a gamble. It were a big gamble, but it were hard work to start with, and we've had a lot of challenges. We've had COVID and had a couple of problems, and there's a lot of red tape with what we want to do because it's from council.
Oh yeah.
But it's been great because we've built a community of anglers that we see on a friendly basis, really. You know, like you've just said yourself. Yeah. Bailiffs, they don't want you to fish here. They won't tell you, no. They're arrogant. They don't reply to your messages. Well, have you had one non-friendly vibe?
Everyone's been sound. Helped us out.
So me and Steve have been, well, Steve's long into, but I've been fishing since I was 11 years old, over 20 years experience.
So it's a bit of a passion for you as well, for yourself.
And we've come from clubs, what we were involved on committee, and they just run wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean?
As an example for you, Southport anglers, I've sent them emails and stuff like that. They don't want me filming.
No.
They just don't want it. They don't want the publicity.
No.
They don't want people to know what stocks are in. It's like, well, education. In my opinion, education's better than hiding stuff.
It is, yeah. I mean, I won't name the club, but I did a lot of work for a club locally, and I absolutely emptied the lake when I fished it, and there were a lot of jealousy on there. Yeah. I won't say I got bullied off because no one really gets to, you know, push me around.
You don't surprise me. You don't surprise me.
I won't have that, but it got really eventful at one point, and I just had to come away because it were going to get. And I thought,
it's not what you go fishing.
No, it isn't. You go to chill out. Yeah. You know, you're relaxed. You know, you're enjoying it.
There were a couple of guys down there. They didn't. I've done a load of work down there. I'd spent thousands sorting it out for them, you know, and the club paid me back. But
obviously this isn't wrong like that. So
no,
that's the main thing.
And like I say, I caught altfish down there. They didn't like it, and they sort of pushed me out. Like I said, I don't let anyone push me about, but I had to go away or we were going to get sticky. And that's just not the way to do. So me and Steve come away from that. We had the opportunity of taking this on. We've got Nunroyd as well round corner, and we are looking at taking on other lakes whenever we get the chance. Yeah. And our ethos is helping everyone round. I mean, we're running around buying trophies for guys that have caught the most fish. We're celebrating it, you know.
What kind of fish are in here? What did he go to?
We've got quite a few different strains. The original strain, there are the Carp Veil doubles. They were put in around 2000, the year 2000. There's probably 150, 175 of the originals left. Really big scaly.
Well, we've noticed from the Facebook pictures that a lot of them are big scaly mirrors, aren't they? Yeah. Obviously, the ones that we've caught overnight, they've been commons. Yeah. And you're saying that they're the newer ones.
So the common that your friend had will have been an original. The one that you had will be Mark Harrison Fisher's Pond strain. We put 153 of them in mirrors and commons in 2019 when we took over.
But the point is that there's loads of different nice strains of tiger.
Yeah,
it's not like
no.
there's loads of stuff, and it keeps it interesting.
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 different strains in here.
And to be pulling them out like this in winter, I know we've only obviously been on for 24 hours and we've had 2, and that in a winter session, it's good, you can't argue with that, but you guys get more, don't you? You get like 4, 5, 6 in a session sometimes during the winter.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, this time last year I had a 5-hour session on here, and I did 13 runs in 5 hours, 3 20s and loads of back up high teens. It can be silly, it depends on. It's a freak, really. It's a freak, is this lake. It's one of the highest lakes because it's right next to airport, Leeds Bradford Airport, and it just fishes differently to every other lake. It's shallow, it's got amazing winter form.
You've got a bit of a membership deal running at the minute, haven't you?
Yeah, so if you join up now, it goes right till the end of March the 31st, 2025, and if you sign up now, it's 200 quid. And that's unlimited nights, unlimited days.
Epic.
Gives you access to carp fishing matches, which are once a month. They're really popular, and it's a great way to meet the guys and the members.
What do you do on the matches? Is there like prizes on? Is it what is it?
Yeah, so the lads take over the lake pretty much.
Yeah.
They pay 25 quid in.
Yeah.
A tenner comes to the club for securing the lake, and 15 quid goes into the prizes. And sometimes I buy I'll go to tackle shop and I'll just spend out of my own money a little bonus prize, and we're giving pellet away, and there's money for first, second and third, and then it's like a competition that runs 12 months. So whoever wins the most matches wins a big cup at the end. The members lose 12 days fishing a year because the matches are running, but we do offer the jetty and the areas that the lads are, or you can fish free on us sister lake Nunroyd. It's a smaller pond, but it's only for a day, and you know, it helps the club out to run.
What do you reckon the biggest fish is in here?
I personally think it'll be a fish called top knot, and it's one of the first fish that we bought, and I used to have a top knot. We bought 3. Steve named one, I named one, and Reese Lyle, I don't know if you've heard of him, he named one. So he was involved in the first month of the time. And I think it's that. I've had it at 27.12, but it's not been out for 14 months, and it hasn't died.
So it could be going on for 30.
Yeah, but there's 6, 7 fish in here that have been out around 28. So I'm hoping that there'll be a 31 this year. But I can only tell you, you know, there were a fish that come out at £30 one, but unfortunately it passed away. It didn't like its surroundings, and that's the trouble. That's what we've learned on the job. That stocking, you've got to understand that I've come from running a joinery company and properties and stuff like that I've done.
It's quite technical stocking fish, because you've got to calculate your you know, how much volume of water you've got and stuff like that, and other things.
Steve's an engineer. He's a very fussy man. He likes things perfect and right, and he takes this place to heart if we have an issue, you know. And one things that we've learned on the job, because we're anglers, you know, we've never run fisheries before, but we've got 5 years experience now. Stocking big fish is not a good idea. Or anything over 25 is a waste of money.
They need to get used to the lake, and they grow into it.
Yeah, they just go backwards. The best fish we've put in here are C3s. We put 100 in, not last October, October before, we put 100 Simos in. And they're doing around £7 a year in weight. That's mental, and if I hadn't seen it myself, I'd say you were a liar, but I've seen it.
Are there any other types of fish in here? Have you got any? Is there any bream? Is there any nuisance fish?
No. There's a few chub in here, what the council put in years ago, which are about £3-4. No bream. There might be a handful of tench in here, but we don't really catch them. Perch and usual roach, but there's nothing else. No bream, no nuisance fish. We don't want them in here. You know, it's just a carp water.
Cool.
That's all we have.
So we're just having a bit of a chat about what the best baits are to catch on here, and imitation corn, yellow baits. Anything else you had success on?
I mean, all I fish on here is I fish loops and booms, size 6 microbarbed, with 2 bits of plastic corn, with our pellet and some loose corn over the top.
Simple.
All I fish. They're not fussy fishing here. It's just finding them. Everyone's like trying to trick them up. literally a sharp hook and a good decent mouthful of, you know, a yellow double corn little wafter will catch every fish in this lake. They're not fussy. Like I say, it's a freak of a lake. On here you'll catch in 35-degree heat and you'll catch in minus. If there's no ice on, you'll catch in any weather. I mean, we've had them out in snow on double corn and 5 spawns of bait over the top.
Okay.
Bait boats work well.
Yeah, they do, because you can get right out there, can't you? And
Because it's
accurate.
yeah. I mean, it's a windy lake even on a calm day.
Yeah.
And the lesser anglers, they think they can chuck 100, but they're not chucking 100 yards. It's a big ask to do on a lake like this. If the wind's hacking in sideways,
It's hard work as well, because you try and punch something out like that,
Yeah.
you just get a big bow in your line. And it doesn't sit
I'll
right.
tell you something else that I'd give advice to anyone visiting here.
Yeah.
Don't go what you usually do. Like, everyone teams up and tries to go to the island there.
Yeah.
But that's just madness. The first thing I say to everyone is walk the lake and look, because they'll put their heads out. They're always showing in here. But go to the fish, pack light, don't bring your kitchen sink and your auntie.
Like we've done.
Yeah. You know, I turn up here with a barrow, 3 rods, and I want to be off, you know. And if you're not getting action, you want to be putting your rods out every 3 hours. Don't sit on your rods for 8 hours on here.
Right.
It's not the way to be. The way on here is casting your rods. When I'm fishing on here, I'm every 2 to 3 hours back out. If I haven't had it, it's fast.
Yeah.
I mean, you can cast out there, and you can put your bait boat out there, and if you're on fish, you'll get a run within 10 minutes.
Right.
The hungry little monsters in here. Like I say, it behaves. You know, I've fished it for years, but it behaves unlike any other water. And I'll say this: it probably doesn't see enough bait.
Yeah.
You know, people don't see. Well, I mean, you won't see anyone spotting, will you?
No, maybe a guy down the bottom, but
yeah, but it's madness. It was 13 degrees now. We're sat in sun. We're wanting it. You know? And be fast on your feet, and don't be afraid to walk the lake and look.
Yeah.
So
advice: travel light, find the fish, and I probably
fill it in.
Yeah, probably like PVA bags will probably do well.
Yeah,
on it. Solid bags,
yeah.
so you can be a bit more.
Yeah,
you can move around a bit more.
Yeah, solid bags. I like PVA sticks because they're just easier
to tie up, and you just bang them on and whack them out. Yeah.
They love selling here. They love swirl baits. I know Stuart quite well. They love his bait. Jason, who fishes the matches, Jason Stockwell, is a really good kid. He's been with us from the start fishing.
Yeah.
And he's predominantly the winner, and he uses swirl baits.
Right.
I don't know what he catches on, but you know, it'd be that, and he uses corn toppers, what they think.
Okay.
But like I say, when I just use what we house pellet, Allure Aqua, and 2 bits of corn. But you know, other people use other stuff and have success. But
I don't think it. It's
Don't matter.
my opinion. I don't think it matters.
They're like tramps on chips, these fish.
Yeah.
They're not fussy, they're not rigid.
No.
I've seen them in margins. I've had a lot of time up here. You know, I've stalked them. You know, but in the winter it's predominantly 22 to 25 wraps out, and you're not interfering. But in the summer, I've had them under rod tips. So you've just got to be active, really. It's an active water. It's a good learning water. There's no weed. Been a lot of rumours about crayfish and things.
Oh, there are crayfishing.
Yeah.
What do you recommend if people get them? Get them in.
Kill them. You've got to legally kill them. But everyone thinks that they're in here and that we're infested. We're not, because we've massacred them over the 5 years, and we've thinned them right down.
Right. Yeah.
People don't understand that they are quite useful because they clean the bottom off.
Yes.
You know, if there's a crack off in here, I don't want it grabbing hold of one of my 30-pound fish.
No, so
they'll eat the bait, and then they'll met the rig dead, and someone will bring it in because there's no weed, there's no snags, there's no. And the other thing, there's no fence on here, so a furry creature could come at any time, and the first thing he'll target is the crayfish because it's an easy meal. So they would save us in that respect. But
that's a good point.
You'll get a bit, but you won't get infested like before we took over.
Good.
You know, so that's
so it's not too much of a major one.
Nah, not really. Again, if you're getting bothered by crays, you're not fishing hard enough, because you want to be out every 2-3 hours. You know, fresh swim. Yeah. Because they love a freshly cast rod. I don't know why. It's just what they do. They're straight on it.
Epic. Well, thanks for that, Jimmy.
No worries.
A lot of information for everybody there, and I'm sure that they'll find it useful if they want to come and visit here. But you know, if you do want to come and visit here, speak to Jimmy, speak to one of the other bailiffs on the lake as well, and
yeah,
we'll get you booked on.
Ring up, message page. We're not like other bailiffs.
No.
You know, when you've got, it's got to be a blue moon and it's got to be between hours of 5 and 6. Anytime, you know, we're here to help people. We're carp anglers and we know what it's like, so we want to be welcoming for everyone, you know. So yeah.
Epic. Brilliant. Good stuff. Good man. Now then, that brings us to the end of our session. 2 fish, can't complain with that.
No, February, cold, windy, but we've had a fish each.
Yeah. So, well, it's not cold now, is it? That sun's come out. Look at that.
Lovely day now.
Gorgeous day. But loads of information there from Jimmy, one of the owners of the lake. So if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to contact them. Contact them via their Facebook page, a Yeadon Tarn Facebook page, the fishing group. But yeah, really enjoyed today. A couple of nice fish, can't complain. So I think it's probably going to be, well, summertime-ish, isn't it? By the time we get out on the next session.
Maybe sneak one in before. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
See how it goes, and we'll see where we can get to. But don't forget to comment down below for your chance of winning a WestysAngling towel as well, and throw some suggestions at us for 24-hour, 48-hour sessions. Where do you want us to fish? Let us know in the comments. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next WestysAngling.